Yep. Here we go. Shot a cock out forces out of Johnny Line of Hobo T-Post. Just right there. All right, so when I first came out here, I set up everything to demo because this is for beginners. All right, so my student slash teacher now feels that he needs to bring his amp, his Ken Smith, and his amp out to help me out. Anywho, all right, so we're gonna talk about a lot of things today, and I want you guys to enjoy what we're gonna talk about. First of all, we're gonna talk about this Jaguar that I customized. It's Diddy. Look, it's Diddy. We're gonna talk about that. Look, very lightly. And we're gonna talk about this other bass on the other side of that, which is the first act. You know, people looking at it going, that's not a first act. I've never seen one like that. Of course you're not. All right, so let's plug this in and take the mute off. And keep banging it. Sorry. Okay, so we got to tune it up because as a beginner, the first thing you want to do is tune your bass. Never play your bass picking it up off the stand and start playing it, because what that does is whatever it sounds, whatever is not tuned, you're going to get used to it. Don't. You know, even the best of the best should check that tuning before each tune up, each song, each video, whatever the case may be. You need to check your tuning, and it trains your ear at the same time. All right, so today this is the Jaguar, and I put it's the long story short. I put a Nordstrands in it. All right, so teacher. Oh, I'm coming through my. You see it on the ground? Yeah, that's my Phil Jones. Sir, could you just move right there for a little bit? You don't mind, do you? Thank you, sir. Thank you. They still can see you. All right, so today we'll do a couple of things for beginners. We don't want to do them for people who are already highly educated. Look, highly educated. So we're gonna take a small groove. Well, before we even do that, we're gonna figure out. Let's learn some about the bass. All right, so it's a bass. I had a subscriber tell me I need to talk about the woods and stuff like that, because on other sites they talk about the woods. Then those are the sites you need to go to. I don't particularly talk about woods because they vary. Woods vary, and then what you think is underneath this cover is not under there. So there's no need to say, hey, it's all maple under here, and then I take all the paint off and it'll be ash or balsa wood. They call it balsa wood, basswood, balsa wood. Okay, we don't know. Anyway, and like, people are like, oh, you can tell by the weight. Okay, well, you go through that. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about the bass itself, because as a beginner, you need to know what to put in your hands to make things work for you. All right, first of all, you need to find something that's comfortable in your left hand. All right, and comfortable with your right hand. You already know that you're not at the point yet of you can stretch your right hand out and do all these fantastic things with your right hand like this. That's your right hand. That's your right hand. So you have to get something that's comfortable to your right hand as well as your left hand. Just because it looks good and got a name on it doesn't mean it's meant for you. I'm going to leave that right there. Right there. All right, so I'm using this Jaguar. Love it. Look, personally, love it. All right, so we're going to try something really new today. We're going to figure, first thing we need to know is your strings count up and not down. Up. G is 1, D is 2, A is 3, 4, and E is 4. All right, so even if we start a groove like C. Where is C? C is on the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. 3rd fret, 3rd string. Now you just go, and each fret goes like this: 1, 2, 3. So we had the C, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 frets, and then we're gonna go 1, 2 on the 1st string, which is the G string. We're gonna go count 1, and we're gonna start on the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then back to that C on the top. So it's now, the good thing about what I just showed you is that you should move it up to the D, make the C sharp, which is between the D and the C is sharp or either flat. All right, it's either gonna be sharp or it's gonna be flat, but it's right between the 3 and the 5 fret. So that makes it sharp or flat. Sharp going this way of the neck, flat going that way of the neck. And look, sharp going this way of the neck, flat going this way of the neck. Get it? Okay. So you can do that same run. Okay. Now, you got to set a timing. What do you mean? Just take your foot and stomp your foot. And 1, 2, 3. And you have to do it slow. Do it slow. 1, 2. But you have to groove with it. You know what I'm saying? You got it. 1, 2, 3, and 1. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. Move it up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're gonna move it up again. 1, 2, 3, and D. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Play, Hootie. 1, 2. Move it again. 1, 2. Now that 1, 2 is but-o, not boom, boom. I'm doing it slow like that so you can see what I'm doing, but it's do-do, zap, 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 boom, 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 and but-o. And every time you move up, just keep going up. I'm going to say something. Y'all going to think I'm crazy, right? It's like, dude, this is really funky. If you got a drummer and he know how to pocket. There's a know how to pocket and there's known how to pocket. No, right? Known how to pocket means he ain't pocketing. Means he knew how to pocket, but he forgot all about it. Now, know how to pocket, that's old school. If you get a cat like that that can do drums like that, and he's keeping that groove like this alive, and your head is going like this, trust me, whoever's around here watching you gonna be doing the same thing. Oh, do, boom, 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 cause that, it just makes the song groove. This is what I call funk. To me, this is not funk. That ain't funk. I don't of people think that all of that is funk. You started out with this. But then you left funk and went into, it's not even a groove. It's basically not a groove. It's just an expression of what you think should be there, or how you can feel that hole up, because you know that hole is there. There's a hole. So a lot of cats are saying, "Oh, I need to fill that hole up, man, because ain't nobody else doing nothing." It's like, dude, it's all about the emptiness of the hole. So beginners, listen. When you playing something funky, it's all about the funk and the groove. It's all about that. That's it right there. That's all that is. When you start doing all this, that's not funk. Because what you have done is taken me from here, make me go here. And now I got to get back to here. But you're not going to take me back to there, because you're already in that mode of in this mode. You're already there. And to me, it's like, dude, you just took me out of a safe place and put me in a place of danger. Why do you say danger? Because that's what it is. You took me out of this place and put me in a place of danger where there's no floor. Now you have put your other musicians in danger, because now you're playing more stuff than the horn player, more stuff than the guitar player, more stuff than the organ player or the keyboard player or anybody else is in the band. You have taken over and just took the floor out of everybody. So, beginners, what I need for you to start learning first is what I told Hootie. You have to lay a groove first. And groove, if you're going to make it funky, make it a funky groove. There's no such thing as a funky groove with over 20 notes. That's not a funky groove. That's just an expression of a groove. That's what I call it. That's a nice expression of a groove. That is not funk, though. And I keep seeing on the internet, on YouTube, and on Facebook, cats up there playing funky stuff. And then they're just getting into all this. And then after that, don't go back. And they call it a funky groove. And I normally just, basically, sometimes I really want to say, bruh, that's not it. All right? You need to go back to the 70s and figure out what the 70 cats did. Those were funk. That was funk. All right? Don't put that stuff together and you trying to make it something it's not. It's not. It's just not funk. All right? It's just maybe a groove, impressionable groove, but it's not funk. All right, so guys, I taught you this right here. Okay? So another thing we can learn, look, we can learn it while we're talking about this stuff, because I'm going to try to teach you a whole lot of things at one time. All right? That's another thing you should never do. See what I just did? While the amp is on, pull the amp out. Pull the bass out. You should never do that, ever. Why? Because if you're in a house and you do that, it's going to blow up everything. It's going to sound like a Armageddon. All right, so normally what you do, if you're close to your amp, just take your cord, pull it out of the amp a little bit, stick it in your bass, put your tuner back on your new bass, press it down. And then before you turn everything on, tune your bass. You don't want to tune it while everybody can hear it, especially if you're in the house. Okay? Now, see, once you get it tuned, you can turn your bass up. Now, on this bass here, this is a first act. I talked to y'all about, look, I ain't even got a cover for it yet. I don't want to put a cover on. I think it's amazing. I may end up putting one if I take it out and gig it. All right, but I put the new Tone Monster 5-weight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, four-way switch. And it actually directs. It's kind of dusty right there because it's my shop. These are my shop basses. It has a four-way switch, and it actually directs the tone of your bass. It takes it from one tone to the next tone to the next tone to the next tone.